Chelmer is becoming one of the most exclusive suburbs in Brisbane. It's right on the river and very beautiful. And here is a home that is also very beautiful. Okay, so when you got here on the site, it was pretty much just it was like a hole in the ground.
Yeah, absolutely.
You built the house into it. Just explain how that works.
Okay, basically what we had originally was the street was slightly higher, and obviously the ground sloped down towards the back of the block and into the middle. Now that was the leftover of the block next door, and the garage from the neighbour's house, their old garage was originally here, so that was demolished, and therefore it left a bit of a hole in there.
Which has actually worked beautifully here because it allowed you to put a whole story, to fit a whole story underneath the ground.
Yeah, and down the back. So we've basically divided the block effectively in two with a retaining wall, and that forms the courtyard and the pool, and that's dropped down slightly from the main living area just to work efficiently with all the land and I guess the retaining wall that's required, and it gives a great feel to the house as well.
And I think obviously the people who own it are modern lovers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're a young modern couple who have a bit of a funky vibe and want something that reflects their personality.
We bought the block of land kind of on a bit of a emotional moment. I don't know. I think we weren't married. We just really liked the area. We didn't really know much. We were looking closer to the city, couldn't find anything kind of leafy. We liked it. And we bought it. And then we sat on it for a long time. And we weren't really ready to build the house that we thought. We were no children and kind of living in the city. Short story, we kind of didn't know what to do with it. In the end, I went to another architect. It was a big mess, and I finally called Lucas, and I was just really honest with him from the get-go. And I said, look, surely, can you help me? There must be a way. So I showed him where we got to and said, surely you're the expert. Like, there must be a way we can build it. I'm happy to compromise, And he was great right from the minute, He basically said, yep, I'll meet you there, came along with the architect he was working with, and we just all kind of gelled. And together they said, yeah, of course we can. You'll have to do this and that. We'll have to put the garage on the front and, and change it around. But it's a really small block of land, so I was kind of happy to concede. I had a list of things I wanted to do, and and otherwise I was flexible. California modern, but it's not. It's kind of Scandi modern. I don't know, just texture. I was attracted to texture, I suppose, and keeping it neutral but kind of warm. I don't like too many tiles, and I think that's a big mistake a lot of people make sometimes, is just to overdo it with the hard surfaces, and it feels a bit kind of empty and not warm. So the flooring was important to me, the stone and little touches of timber. I would love to have done more. There's always limits to what you can do, but I think it makes it feel warm.
So we'll just run us through what we've got here. How's the kind of house work?
Okay, absolutely. So you wander in through the cedar entry doors over there, pop down onto the couple of steps into this main living area, and it opens out to the kitchen, external living areas. We've got a lounge dining area over in this corner.
This side of the house kind of turns its back on the world.
Absolutely, yeah,
in
definitely.
Fact, to be honest, the whole house kind of turns its back on the world, except for one spot, which everything has a view to the pool.
Absolutely, in the yard, and that was the whole concept, because it was an existing block from a neighbouring house, and it meant that we had a street on one side, an existing house on the other side, an existing house on the back, and we had to sort of just create almost an L or a U shape around that yard and around that pool area.
I kind of like that. I kind of like that they've kind of created your own water view.
Absolutely.
And you created your own view, and you've kind of said to the world, well, you can't see us.
Yet it's still an open house. It's still an open light airy house because of the double story glass windows and the way it faces in direction.
Oh, okay. Well, for people who are watching, I guess what they want to know is, okay, they love it. They want one.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's ballpark? What's it going to cost them?
Look, something like this, it varies between sort of 950 and $1,050,000, depending on your site and location. And, Design as well, you know, you can certainly, you know, this is a 3-story house. If you can accommodate something like this onto a 2-story block, absolutely, it's so much more efficient.
Yeah,
But we didn't have that luxury here.
Yeah.
So therefore, you've got a little bit more work in your retaining works and all that side of things.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much,
No
Luke.
worries.
Great to meet you.
Thanks, Gary.